All right, next up on factoring, difference of squares. Now on trinomials, we had 3 in a row. Difference of squares, you've only got 2 in a row. Has to be a minus sign, so it's called difference, so you have to have minus sign, and you have to be able to build some squares. Let's see if we can build it. So underneath it, we've got to figure out what letters, what numbers builds our squares. Like I'll let you guys do the easy one. What number squared gives me 49? You're right, it's 7. That's 7. Over here, I'll take the hard one. What letter squared gives me x squared? It's x. So you've got to build your 2 squares. Now this x and this 7 are your 2 keys to victory. So when we go to factor this, we drop it into our 2 finishing groups. Here's what you're looking at. X is first, so he goes first in each group. The 7, he is second, so he goes second in each group. So X is first in each group. The 7 is next, he's second, he goes second in each group. Your signs is always just one of each. X plus 7, X minus 7. So 1 positive, 1 negative. Factoring difference of squares. Let's do it again. All right, how about w squared minus 2? 25. So for difference of squares, we got 2 in a row. 1, 2. Has to be a minus sign, cannot be a plus sign. Difference of squares, minus sign. Squares, can we build it? Boom, 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 boom. All right, so last time I took the X, this time I'll let you take the letter. You're right, it's W. So I've got to figure out what number squared gives me 225. It's 15. So 15 squared does give me 225. So I can build my squares. After you get your squares built, just drop them into your 2 finishing groups. W is first, so he goes first in each group. The 15 is second, so he goes second in each group. And remember your signs, it's always one that's plus, one that's minus. So W plus 15, W minus 15. All right, here we go, 100. All right, so we walk up to factor this one. We see 2 in a row, we see the minus sign, we start thinking, looks like it could be difference of squares. Let's see if we can build the squares. So 100, no problem there, that's 10. With the 81 and the y squared, you got 2 things. You got the 9, but you also have a y. The y squared hits here, the 9 squared gives you the 81. Go to your 2 finishing groups. The 10 is first, so he goes first in each group. The 9y, second, so he goes second in each group. So here's 9y, here's 9y. All right, so to factor in these 2 finishing groups for your signs, 1 plus, 1 minus. Here's plus, here's minus. Let's do another one. 4. How about 25 m squared? Let's go big. How about 169 n squared? All right, 2 in a row, check. Minus sign, check. Can you build the squares? Let's find out. All right, 25, that's no trouble. That's just going to be 5. M squared gives you the M. 169, that's a 13. So here's a 13 and an N. So here's 5M, here's 13N. We're good to go. Drop them in. 5M, 5M. And then your second one, the 13N and the 13N. So you have it all set up. Finish with your signs, 1 plus, 1 minus. Factor in a little difference of squares. The other type of problem you have to do on this assignment is factoring the trinomials again. You're going to like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So x squared plus 14x plus 49. Like, you know how to do this. This is your favorite trinomial to factor. There's no number there. It's an easy one. Two numbers to give me 49. Same two numbers had to give me 14. You're like, I got this, Mr. Porter. It's 7 and 7. So this factors to be x plus 7, x plus 7. There's x plus 7 and there's x plus 7. Now, we've got that. We're feeling good about it. What you're asked to do is one more step. Since this is the same thing written twice, one x plus 7 and another x plus 7, your last step is just to write it one time, x plus 7, and put squared. So that's all they're asking you to do. After you factor it, if you have the same thing written twice, boom, x plus 7, second power. We'll do one more just to make sure. I don't think you're stressing about it. Here, I'll put in a negative sign to make it extra hard. How about x squared minus 20x minus 100? So you walk up to the problem, you see a trinomial, 3 in a row, no number there, it's one of the easy ones. To get 100, you're thinking, oh, 100, 10 times 10. Ah, gives me 20. I like this problem. Whoops, plus 100. Sorry about that, plus 100. So here we go. We've got our 10 and our 10, but do you remember the trick? It has to be minus sign. So it's got to be negative 10 and negative 10 do give me the positive 100. Negative 10 and negative 10 do give me the negative 20. All right, so you remember your tricks. You get it factored. X minus 10 once, x minus 10 twice. Since you've got the same thing two times, we're just going to write it one time and then put a second power, put a squared right there. So on this assignment, you got some difference of squares, and you got the extra step right into the second power. There you go.